dude, I hear loud whistle. I
Uh-huh.
turn around, there's Sharon in the middle of the street going, "You just get a ride by like that."
Oh,
And I was like, oh, you know what? I gotta plug something.
man.
Is that okay? You know,
Dude,
I have a new
absolutely. Oh, yeah,
band.
plug some. What's going on?
I got a new band called Wyote. I'm really proud of this stuff. Please go check out Wyote.
Hey, what's up, Mikey? How's it going, man?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Good, man.
All right, there you go. Hey.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, man.
Oh, dude, man, thank you for being on the show, man.
And thank you for having me. I appreciate it very much.
I love the Soulfly frame behind you. That's really cool.
I thought it'd be cool to have the plaques behind me to do the interview because I knew you would. You do, so I was right.
But they give you plaques. I had to buy my plaques.
Oh well, yeah, sometimes.
That's awesome, man. How do they like that Soulfly plaque? Did they just how do they do that? Do they send it in the mail or do they present you with it?
Well, the plaque that is behind me, I actually didn't play on the record. I just toured the album cycle.
Oh, okay.
I had joined the band shortly after the record was out.
Nice.
But yeah, they sent me an album once it went gold. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
that's
then,
cool.
but I got that one right there from Australia. We were on tour over there, and I actually carried that fucker home all the way from Australia on my lap on an airplane.
Did you?
Yeah. And
You didn't have to put it. Oh, keep going. I'm sorry.
I did the same with that too. That's my other band, Channel Zero. We went gold over in Europe, and I just didn't want to mail it. I'm like, they're gonna destroy it, so I carried that on an airplane as well.
Dude, that's got to be a good feeling when you're walking through an airport holding that thing, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. And this one, we were playing with Metallica in Belgium,
wow.
and we didn't even know we were getting the disc. So we played with Metallica. That was insane. When you play with Metallica, it's like the dreams come true. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we actually had a really good position on the bill too. It was Ghost, Gojira.
They're awesome. Yes.
Gojira played, and then Mastodon.
Wow.
Okay. Then it was us.
Right.
And we played to a full 55,000 sold out show. And then Soundgarden went on after us. And then Metallica. It was insane.
Oh my gosh.
Right? It was nuts, man.
So that was in Europe, right?
Yeah, Belgium.
Belgium, okay. Because you're, I've heard, and I was listening to Toomey's interview with you, and you guys are like really big in Europe, right? Or in Belgium?
We do. Well, there's like some countries around Belgium, and Belgium we're fucking smash it in Belgium. And then, of course, there's France and Holland and Luxembourg and Germany all around there. We do well there as well. But
cool.
in like Belgium, it's just, I don't know, it's just ridiculous. Like, I don't know. When I first joined the band, we played a place called the Unseen Belgique. It's called the AB. It's kind of the raddest club in Europe, Central Europe. And I think it's like 2,500 seater. We sold out 7 nights.
Oh my, 7 nights.
And we did that. We sold that out in 24 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the level that band is there. So it's pretty bitchin', man, to be big somewhere.
That's awesome. That's 7 nights. So that kind of like reminds me like when people play in Vegas for several days in a row. Like
Right. I forget what they call that.
Yeah, me too, man. Something I can't remember. Yeah. Escapes me.
I went and saw Motley Crue when they did that at the Hard Rock.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they did like 2 weeks there or something like that. Anyway, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, man. Hey, so I'm trying to think where to start. Okay, look, I got my albums here.
Oh,
and look,
cool.
I got Sonny to sign it.
Oh, I watched the thing you did with Sonny. It was amazing, man. That guy.
Thank you.
Woo. Yeah.
Yeah,
really
dude.
good.
Oh,
Sonny's
he's
good, man. Yeah.
So like with Snot, how did you meet Sonny? Tell me the lineup. Did you meet Lynn first, or did you meet Sonny? Like, how did that come about? You know?
Well, quick story is I I actually started Snot myself,
Mhm.
and I actually started spawning it early Snot in '93.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was me and two other dudes. We didn't even have Lynn yet, and we were calling ourselves Snot. We didn't have a singer yet. I had a bass player and drummer. It was just three of us. And we were actually writing songs, calling ourselves Snot, and it was real short at that time. We were like 6 months, or no, excuse me, like 3 months before we found Lynn. And I called Lynn to try out for the band because I had seen him perform in a punk band called Glue.
Glue.
Kind of similar to Snot in a way.
Yeah, just
But
one word. Yeah.
I went and checked him out. I didn't even know Lynn was singing in the band. They were playing some pizza joint in Santa Barbara called Buster's. And I walk in and I'm like, oh, cool. You know, there's a band. There was an amp set up and all this and a little stage. And they go on. And I had already had Snot started without a singer. We're looking for a singer. And here comes Lynn on the stage, and he jumps on this table full of beers and pizza onto his back, and he's kicking his feet in the air, singing in a pizza joint. And I was like, that's our singer, right? Fucking there. You know, I need this guy in the band. So I talked to him after the show, and I asked him if he'd be interested in coming check out the band and whatnot. He came and checked out Snot, three of us playing, and he's like, I love it. He's like, this is great, but I want to play bass in this band. I don't want to sing. He's a bass player, really good bassist. And I was like, well, we're looking for a singer, man. We got a bass player, and I want you to be the singer. And so yeah, he ended up singing in the band.
Does Glue, like, do they have? Can you listen to them somewhere, or is this anything? That's super rare.
Oh, dude, it's super rare. You might be able to find it if you were looking around, Google it or something. Glue Santa Barbara, you know. He had another band that was called Lethal Dose.
Okay.
And they're fucking awesome. They're a punk band, and he was a bass player in that band, and they're super good. You could probably find Lethal Dose.
Oh, that's cool. Wow, man. So who were the other two dudes when you said you started Snot in '93? You said you had two other guys?
Two other guys. A friend of mine, we're still buddies. Ruben Gonzalez was on bass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and a guy named Brent Trevino, big beastie drummer, killer. But yeah, so I got Lynn in the band, and then I was really close friends with the guys in Ugly Kid Joe.
Oh yes. Yeah.
They're really good buddies. And they had Shannon Larkin, who's now in Godsmack, the drummer, was in Ugly Kid Joe at the time. So we're buddies. So I brought over his demo and I showed Shannon. I'm like, I'm putting this band together, you know, and he was totally blown away. But at that same time, Lynn wanted to get rid of the drummer and the bass player that we had. He was like, dude, they're not the guys for the band. It's me and you. Let's form a real band around this. Okay. So I told Shannon, the drummer for Ugly and now Godsmack, hey, I'm looking for some guys. He had a band back east, and I think it was like Baltimore, DC, Baltimore and like DC and Pennsylvania, that area. They all lived in those areas, and they were called the MF Pitbulls.
Oh, yeah.
Sonny was in that band.
Sonny was telling me about that band, yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome, man. Whew. And so was Jamie, the drummer, Jamie Miller for Snot.
Jamie Miller.
Yep, and John Fonestott, a.k.a. Tumor.
Yes.
They were all in the band with Shannon. And Shannon's like, dude, I got the band for you. He popped in this VHS tape, and he was like, there you go. And I was like, oh, my God, they were awesome. And so he called them up, and one by one, they started coming out, and they ended up joining the band. That's the short story.
Yeah. So they were. I guess they weren't too happy with their situation, or they were moving on, or I don't know.
No. They still had MF Pitbulls with Shannon, but Shannon had moved out to Santa Barbara from that area to be in Ugly Kid Joe, and he told those guys, if I ever hear of a band looking for dudes, I'm gonna hook you guys up in California. And that's basically what he did. It worked out. They ended up moving out too to Santa Barbara, so they got to have MF Pitbulls in Santa Barbara. And we got to have Snot as well. And it just worked out good for everybody.
So, I noticed you guys did you guys tour with Korn back in the day? That was
We didn't tour. We did shows though. We
did shows with them because Korn
Yeah.
came out. They were in Bakersfield, California, right? And you guys came out around that time, 94,
It was 94, 95. Yeah.
So that's back when new metal. I mean, not even before new metal. That was a new sound, I guess.
It was the birth of new metal back then. The Deftones were just blowing up. Korn had just kind of blown up. They were pretty big. We did play a show with Korn with like 50 kids once. That was pretty cool. It was but it was literally weeks later they were playing for thousands.
Oh, so you got them right before the peak.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I love seeing Jonathan talk about you guys. I was watching I've seen it a million times, the making of Straight Up, and just seeing Jonathan talk about you guys, I was like, wow, I wonder what the history is, but it's not in Korn. That's really cool.
We were cool with those guys, man. We knew how big that band was going to be and how big they were becoming when we were playing with them, and just the respect, man. I still to this day, I'm good friends with those guys, but we knew, man, this band is going to change everything, and they did.
Did you guys do anything with Deftones back then?
Not much. We would go see them play. I went and saw them play for like 14 kids in Long Beach once too. Lynn knew about the band. We were just starting Snot, and he's like, dude, you got to come with me to see this band. I'd never heard of them. Yeah, it was crazy. Chino was a skinny little kid, man, with dreadlocks, and he was tiny. Just this little skinny kid. Oh man, it was a trip, man. He's like kind of a big dude now,
Yeah, he is, yeah.
God, man, they were ferocious too. They were so good. We were watching like Korn because we were developing our sound. We were kind of more of a punk band in the beginning, and of course that era and that time, and we're going to see bands in LA, and then the Deftones and Korn. We kind of started getting into that new metal zone musically. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Yeah, not a lot at all. But it's weird how you guys got I won't say pigeonholed, but it just seems like when you think about all these bands, Snot kind of comes into that picture. But you guys weren't that new metal at all, right?
It was the era.
It was the era, okay.
And we were playing with all those bands, so and I don't mind the label new metal because you know what, it was a fucking movement.
Right.
It was cool,
Not enough people say that either. It just seems like I don't know. Maybe people now are coming around to it, but for a while it just seemed kind of like
embarrassing.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, there was some fashion codes that were pretty lame. I look back at some of those photos, and I'm like, what was I doing wearing that shirt and those baggy ass pants?
Yes, like baggy jeans and orange. It seemed like everybody wore a lot of orange. Like Rob Flynn would wear orange back in the day.
He sure did. I went through a phase back then where I was like wearing like a golfer's visor.
Oh, nice.
I don't know what the hell I was doing, man.
So the first album though, I love it. What was it like filming that video? Was that the first video you ever did? It was what video did you guys do?
Stupid, you're talking about?
Yeah, Stupid. Yeah.
I mean, if you want me to get real on you, I to this day hate that video, and I never liked it. And it was our only video.
Did you guys come up with the idea, or how did it work?
Man, back then people didn't know what was cool and what wasn't, and we were young, and we didn't really know what we wanted to do. We actually had the offer to work with this huge director. This huge director, I can't remember his name. Our manager came to us and said, this guy wants to do this big production video with cars blowing up and fire and all this rad shit, which I wish we would have done that, And then we were like, no way, dude, that's way too fucking Hollywood. We want something more punk rock. And so we went with this, we ended up, the guy who did the video, his name's Christopher Salzberg. Great dude, cool, love him to death, does good videos. But that one, I just think we missed the mark, And we ended up with that video, and I saw it when we were done. I was like, oh my God, this fucking sucks.
Oh, so you knew right away. It wasn't
oh yeah, right away. I was complaining about it, but we couldn't really go back. And then we never got a chance to make another video because Lynn passed away, and we got stuck with that video.
And it's funny because the first idea you said, blowing stuff up, what was the budget on that? It seems like that would be a huge, it costs a lot of money to do the first video.
There was a lot. I mean, it was high production, but our manager at the time was very connected in LA and Hollywood. His dad was Lou Adler. They just knew people, in the movie industry, and they were going to do us a solid and make us a sick video, and we turned it down. Dumb. We're dumb. So yeah, we should have went with it.
Did you guys ever talk about doing another video for that album?
I think we're going to end up doing a video eventually, but what happened is that we got so busy. Stupid came out, and Get Some, the record came out in May 97, and then we were just on tour. We always were touring with somebody, and we just really got too busy. Somebody should have told us, say, stop, let's make another video. Another single would have been good, with snooze button or something. But we never did, man. We never got around to it.
Dude, I love, when you guys were on tour, was it Jack Osborne that discovered you guys? Seemed like he discovers everybody back in the day for Ozfest.
No,
how'd you guys get Ozfest?
No, Jack was really young when we did Ozfest. I think he was 13 years old.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, I had him on our tour bus kind of babysitting him for Ozzy a couple times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, good dude. Jack's a great kid. Him and Kelly both. I had him on the bus a couple times. But how we got that was Nick Adler. He was our manager. He owned the Roxy. Yeah. In LA, the big club out there, and he was just connected with everybody, all the people that booked Ozfest, blah blah blah. And we were kind of a big band in LA, so everybody was like, "Yeah, Snot's doing the fucking Ozfest." So, and it was easy. We just were on it.
Oh, just connections. That's cool.
Yeah, and we were on it with a young System of a Down.
Were they side stage?
They were side stage. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They were in a RV. It was insane. Incubus, little kids in a van.
Wow.
It was such a great fucking tour, man. That was fun. 98.
And Sonny told me he wasn't even on that tour, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, Sonny was not on that tour. We had Mike Smith, who was an amazing dude, but he covered or took Sonny's place because Sonny had left the band. Him and Lynn had some internal struggles, and unfortunately, Sonny didn't do that tour with us. But Mike was great too. So
I'm glad that Sonny and Lynn kind of reconciled, whatever. I think they did, right? They played a few more shows together.
Yeah. My memory's shot. It's terrible. Sonny would tell you exactly how it went.
Sonny's amazing. He can tell you dates and times. I'm like, how do you do that, man?
Dude, when I was watching the thing he did with you, he was talking about stuff we did I didn't even remember at all.
Oh, really?
I'm like, yeah, wait a minute. We did do that, didn't we?
That's awesome.
But we did do some shows before Lynn passed and everything. We passed everything up with Sonny, and thank God we did that because, we love him to death, and I would hate for Lynn to have passed without that happening for sure.
I got some friends that do a Roach Coach podcast, and they review new metal albums, and your album came in review. And anyway, the only reason I'm bringing this up is because they talk about each member, and they were talking about Mike Smith, and they're like, that's such a generic name. Good luck finding that guy on Google.
No doubt. What a great dude, Mike though. Smith. He did a lot of stuff with us, man. He did a lot of touring. How did you guys find him? Were you friends with him? Or? Yeah, he was in a band called Mary Suicide with Jamie, the drummer for Snot, back in Baltimore. So it was another East Coast guy brought out by one of the guys from MF. Yeah, good dude. He ended up playing in Limp Bizkit.
No, what? He replaced Wes.
Yes.
Wes, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Wes Borland. Yeah.
That's
he was
awesome.
in that band. Yeah. He's that guy, and he killed it. If you listen to that record he did with them, everybody dismisses it. It's good. It's maybe their best Limp Bizkit record.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
absolutely.
So cool. I didn't even know that. That's wild.
To this day, we're really close friends. He did some dates with us. I don't know, a few years ago, or whatever. We did some dates with a friend, with Carl Bensley, and Mike Smith did some shows.
I saw that. And you guys made a little doc that's on YouTube, Absent, right?
Yeah. When we were in England, we did a documentary. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of jumping all around, but that was cool, man. Whatever happened to Carl that was singing?
He's still in another band, and I'm going to get in big trouble because I'm forgetting the name of the band right now. But they're really, really good, too. And he's still around. He's kicking ass, man.
That's cool, man. Yeah. Was that before – because Tommy Vex fronted Snot with you guys, right? Did Carl come first, or was it Mikey? I'm not Mikey. Tommy. I'm trying to
Tommy was first. Tommy was first, And dude, that guy's an animal. He killed it. And then, of course, he got busy. And then Carl came in and did some stuff with us. You know, we got a few guys that help us out when we feel like getting out and playing some shows.
I saw you guys open for Seven Dust, I believe, with Tommy. And I thought that it was amazing. I saw you guys at the Tabernacle in Atlanta. It was awesome.
Love that place, man.
Yeah, do you? Yeah.
Oh, Tabernacle rocks, man. Woo.
Yes, I can't wait for it to like open again because of this COVID.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No, I played some killer shows there, man. And I think we played there at Pantera when I was in Soulfly.
Oh,
I believe it was there. Yeah,
I missed. That's amazing.
Yeah,
wow, dude, that's so cool. Straight Up album is phenomenal. I love it. It's highly underrated. I don't know why more people don't talk about it. It's just you had so many massive bands before they were massive almost on this one thing, and it's just songs
well, it
don't
wasn't
get old.
Bands. It was singers.
I mean, not bands. I'm sorry, like you can explain it better than I can, but
you know, man. Sorry to cut you off, brother, but you know that record was hard, man. You know, we had all good intentions in the beginning. We were trying to make a tribute for Lynn, you know, and so we put some songs together. So we had scraps and pieces of riffs that we were kind of messing with when we were thinking about a next Snot record. No songs were done. We're just using scraps and pieces. Maybe only Starlit Eyes, the one Serge did from System. Yeah. Maybe that song itself was entire. But other than that, man, that song was really hard to put together. That record, excuse me.
I bet. I mean, was there like internal fighting going? I mean, because everybody's probably going through so much with that loss, you know. I mean, was everybody getting along? I mean, was it?
I think a lot of people didn't think it was a good idea to do the record.
Oh, and really?
And in hindsight, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. It was hard. So Shannon Larkin from Godsmack's actually playing drums on that.
Okay, yeah.
And then it's just me playing all the guitars pretty much. And then Toomer was playing all the bass. Sonny did a really awesome track called Sad Air, which is absolutely incredible. And then we did a song it's so good. Sad Air is beautiful. And then we did do a song with Seven Dust where we all played instruments and acoustic on that. Clint and Morgan. Yeah, and Sonny and me and Toomer.
That was massive.
And of course, Lejean. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then Seven Us went off and did it again on their Animosity.
They sure did.
The record company was like, "Yeah, we got." I mean, but yeah.
Great version. Fantastic.
Who was the that one song on Straight Up? The singer didn't the singer pass away? I'm trying to think of the name of the group.
Are you talking about RKL?
Yes, Rich Kids on Acid. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
LSD, RKL. One of my favorite bands, one of Lynn's very favorite bands. And Jason Sears was the singer for RKL, and he unfortunately did pass away a few years later.
That's terrible.
Yeah, sucks.
He did a great job though on that song, man.
Absolutely, Ben. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so after that, you did. Was that when you did Soulfly right after the Straight Up record? You did Primitive?
No. I did the Straight Up album during the time I was in Soulfly, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I joined Soulfly like literally 3 weeks after Lynn passed.
Wow, how was that, man?
The story is pretty crazy, man. Toomer and I, John Thomastock, were hanging out up at my buddy Klaus Eichstadt, the guitarist for Ugly Kid Joe, up at his house. He has a little recording studio in his house. And we were just kind of messing around in the studio because we were just still grieving about Lynn. It was only 3 weeks later. And we were messing around with riffs and just kind of like bonding, you know. And I got a call up at Klaus's house. It was pre-cell phone. I mean, people had cell phones, but it was very rare back then.
Yeah.
You know? And Max's wife, Gloria, tracked down the manager for Snot. He tracked down the number for Klaus's house. And Klaus comes in the studio and hands me his home phone. Says, dude, Gloria, Max Cavalera's wife is on the phone. I'm like, huh? Okay. Dude, that's the same fucking phone and location I got the call about Lynn passing too.
Oh, really?
The same exact room, phone. It was the same scenario. It was fucking weird. Anyway, yeah. So he brings in, gives me the phone, and I'm tripping. I'm like, Glow, what's up? I'm thinking the worst. I don't know what's going on. And she's like, hey, Mikey, we're going to Australia to do the big day out with Marilyn Manson and Korn and Hole and a few other bands. And we parted ways with Logan Mader, the guitar player at the time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And we need somebody to do it. Would you be into it? And I was like, you know what? I don't know, man. I just lost Lynn. I don't know if I'm ready to get on stage. That was my answer. And she's like, whoa, dude, hold on a second. You need to get on stage. You know, she was like, yeah, no, you're wrong. You need to be out here. And I was like, you know what? Can I think about it and call you back? She goes, yeah, you got 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes. So I was like, all right. So I hung up the phone, and Toomer, John, was sitting right next to me, and he's like, fuck, dude, of course you're doing that. You know, get back on the phone, call her back, and you're going to go do it. So I was like, all right. So I jumped on the phone and said, yeah, Glow, thank you so much. I'd love to do it. So the tour was starting in, I think it was 2 weeks from the phone call. And she's like, here, get a pen, write down these songs, and learn them. So they gave me, I think it was 20 songs or 18 songs, because there was some Sepultura in there too. And so I wrote down all these songs, and I love them all. And we had toured with Soulfly a lot, so I knew the songs in my head. And I was a huge Sepultura fan. So I wrote down the songs, and I was like, cool. So let me know when I can fly out to Arizona where they live so we can rehearse, you know. She's like, totally, I'll let you know. So I'm learning all the songs at home, and I'm calling them, and they're not answering. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm leaving messages, no phone call back. And I'm tripping, like, dude, 2 weeks, you know, and pretty soon now we're down to 1 week. I've talked to nobody, and I'm learning the songs on my own, no rehearsals, you know, and like 5 days before I get through, they call me and they're like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and fly you out in a couple days. I'm like, shit, man, like, we're not getting any time for practice. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they fly me out, dude, 2 days before we leave for Australia to start this giant tour. And I've still never rehearsed with the band. Dude, I'm literally living with headphones on, listening to songs. And dude, it was one of those Discman.
Oh, yeah, the Discman.
It was a long time ago, right? You know? Yeah. So it wasn't like it was just an iPod or whatever, or a phone. It was, fuck, man. I was burning shit onto a CD. It was hell. So I'm there. Dude, we still never practiced. Max was like, yeah, one of my kids have a party at Chuck E. Cheese. I'm not kidding. So I'm like at Chuck E. Cheese, like the day before. I'm like,
with the Discman?
Yeah, with the Discman, dude. And they're like, and I'm like, are we ever going to practice? Dude, we never practiced. It was time to go. Yeah. They're just like, whatever, dude, you got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is SoulFly, like, do they tune? Like, how do you know the tunings? And I'm not a guitar player, but you have to know all that?
Yeah, you better figure that shit out.
You just got to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. So now we're in LAX. You know, we flew from Arizona to LA and then flying to Australia. I still never jammed with the band. I'm Discman, you know, freaking out, writing notes down. You know, I got all these notes on paper that I'm like, I'm going to put on the stage. I'm going to tape them down. This song's here. It starts in this key. And you know what I mean? Like, shit, I 20 songs, you know, no rehearsals. So now we landed, actually, the first show was in New Zealand, right? So we're backstage, and I'm not talking to anybody, man. I'm Discman guy, you know?
Yeah.
And, of course, the guitar in my hand, practicing with it, too. And time to go on stage, man. 30,000 people was the smallest of the whole tour.
Oh,
30,000 stadium. And they're like, Soulfly, oh, God. And I'm like, holy shit, here it goes, man. We're walking to the stage with the guitar. Nobody's asked me a question if I know the songs. Nothing.
That's
you know, of course, I asked Marcelo, the bass player, questions. And he brought his bass into the rehearsal, into the backstage. We went through some shit, you know. Yeah. So now I'm walking to the stage with, I've got all notes taped everywhere, and I got shit written on my arms, Yeah, so I make sure I'm right, Oh, yeah. And, dude, we're walking up the back ramp to the stage, and Max turns around and goes, "Hey, man, you know the shit?" I'm like, motherfucker, man. I'm like, yeah, I think I got it. That was it. Yeah, then we went up, and I got through the show. I mean, there was some definite messy stuff going on a little bit here and there. If you can actually YouTube.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
You can YouTube the Australian stuff. And I got like a mohawk, and I'm still wearing snot clothing and shit, like baggy shorts. And you can see I'm kind of I'm playing the rhythms good, but there's some solo shit. I didn't really have time to focus on learning these solos. And if you remember Snot, I was more of a funk player.
Right, yeah. Snot didn't have a lot of solos.
Right, but here you go, dude. Now I'm playing Andreas Kisser solos, and yeah, exactly. So you can see it if you YouTube it. I'm like kind of,
Yeah.
I got through it,
So after a few shows, you kind of felt more comfortable. I guess it kind of got easier.
No, yeah, it got better and better. I think by the fourth and fifth show of, I think it was 10, I felt really good about it, and we rocked it. And then we ended up flying to Japan directly after that, and we rocked it. Sold out shows all through Japan. I wasn't really in the band. I was just filling in until they found a guitar player at that point.
Oh, okay. So like a hired gun kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And then we went home for a couple weeks, and they called me, "Hey, would you like to do Europe with us?" So I went and did Europe, and man, that band works, And
that's actually the best thing for you, though, because it was so fresh off Lynn passing away. It seems like that was great timing,
It ended up being the best thing for my head for sure. Of course, I was still sad and freaked out, but I had so much to think about being in Soulfly. It really did take a lot off my, my heart and chest and all that. Yeah.
What was it like being in the studio with those guys?
With Max?
Yeah, were we in the studio with them?
Oh yeah, I did Primitive. We did Primitive. Yeah. Well, after the European stuff, they asked if I'd like to join the band.
Oh,
and nice. I was like, fuck yeah, I want to join the band. Max is one of my heroes, man.
Yeah, man.
Now I'm in a band with the guy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
So
I'm sorry?
No, I was going to say you guys did Primitive. I love that record, man. Primitive. That's a huge follow-up from the first. The first album was amazing, And
hey, for sure.
That must have been a lot of pressure just to – yes. That must have been a lot of pressure just to for that album to do well.
I'm sure it was on Max. For me, it was fun. We got in a room, like old school style.
Oh, okay.
Sweaty. And it was like a storage unit.
Oh.
It was hot as fuck in Arizona.
I think of hot.
Oh, yeah. And we hashed out Primitive, man. Like a circle of guys. Of course, Max writes everything at home on his little 4-track thing he does. He like the ideas, and he brings it to us what he think. And, back to the Primitive. He'd show us the idea. And then we put it together, and then we went in the studio and killed it.
Dude, whenever I'm playing that song in my car, and I always pretend I'm like in the band. That's just my thing. When he comes in, when he comes into back to the like that intro is so long, and I always screw that in, because I always want to come into it, man.
Yeah,
I just love that extended intro to that song. It's great. Yeah, it just keeps going, and it just kind of comes in. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff, and I'm real proud of that record. I played a lot of guitar on that album.
What happened after that album came out? You guys just toured it?
Toured like crazy. Dude, I've never met a band who works as hard as Soulfly, man. They are always touring. They're always on the road. Max just goes and goes and goes and goes. So they kept me real busy. We toured. And then went right into the studio and did the third record.
The third record. Okay, how was that?
Great,
Was Bobby Burns in the band during then?
No, he was after that. I was in the band about 4 years.
Okay.
From 99 to 2004, so almost 5 years, close. Somewhere in there, 4 or 5 years. And the time ran its course. I've been around the world so many times with them, and it was no hard feelings, but I felt like I needed to leave and kind of do something else. And so I left, and actually Roy and Marcelo, Roy, who's now in Stone Sour,
yes,
we all left at the same time. Max had to rebuild a band again.
And But the guy that replaced you has been from El Nino, right? And he's been in the band.
Mark Rizzo, one of the
Yes.
best guitar players in metal, man. That guy's a monster.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah, for sure. Good dude too. Like him a
Is
lot.
he?
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's
really cool. Yeah.
What'd you do after Soulfly again? You did. Was it?
I had some side project stuff like me and Roy and Marcelo. We did a band called A Bloom for a while.
What happened with that?
Oh, nothing. We were just writing songs. We never really put anything out, you know. But we wrote songs and we recorded some stuff and did some touring and we did some cool shit. Yeah, we did some cool stuff. And then I had another band called In Vitro, and that was more of a passion project. It was like a Dead Kennedys meets Dillinger Escape Plan. It was, if you look up In Vitro, it's nuts. It's like surf, math metal, but all surf punk out. It's pretty cool. Check out In Vitro. That band is nuts. And we did some touring. We toured with Korn and stuff. And
that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. And
it's
then,
cool to have those connections where you can just reach out to people like that and be like, hey, can we do something?
Dude, absolutely. Actually, Fieldy's my neighbor.
Is he?
Yeah, we still talk all the time. Yeah, he's my buddy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he's cool dude. So I did that In Vitro and stuff. And then about 11 years ago, Channel Zero called me to play some shows, and I ended up staying in that band. I've done 3 gold records with them now. We have 3 gold albums.
So that band started, that's in Belgium, right? That band?
Yeah, Belgian band,
They started early 90s, correct? Is that right?
Yeah, I think they started somewhere around 92 or something, 93. Yeah.
Wow.
And they're really big out there. But
how'd you connect with those guys?
How I connected with that band. There's a guy named Lawrence Custers. He's a Belgian dude. He manages Sick of It All.
Nice.
Yeah, he's the manager. He's from Belgium, and he's a way cool dude. He's a friend of mine, and he's buddies with those guys. And they were looking for a guitar player, so he hooked us up, and he called them and said, I got the guy for you. He called me and said, I got a band for you. And I went out to Belgium, tried out for the band. Actually, I had to try out with those guys. Yeah, and I got the gig. And
unlike Soulfly, Soulfly just gave you 20 songs. And
yeah. Totally.
You good? All right, let's play.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah. So I'm still in that band.
Okay.
Channel Zero. Yeah, we're still doing stuff. I've done 3 records. I'm actually writing a new one now, 4th. If this COVID thing didn't hit, we'd be out playing shows right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever do, like, I know a lot of bands are doing this, like where they just jam like this, do you guys ever
Zoom?
Do Zoom, Zoom interval.
Dude, man, you know what? I'll say right now, I'm too much of a pussy for it.
Right.
Those guys who do those Zoom things,
yeah,
those guys are good, man.
I know, right?
You can't mess up on that, man. And not that I would mess up. There's just a certain, I don't know how they do it. They're so damn tight, man. They're not even in the same room together. And
I saw Post Malone did he did a thing with you probably see the Nirvana thing.
Yeah, it was really,
really good. Songs. I was like, man, they're so tight, just from not even being in the same room,
Dude, amazing. That is so good, man. But my favorite group of guys that are doing that right now is Raw, I think it's Raw Diaz from Suicidal, bass player.
Oh, nice.
Alex Skolnick.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Charlie Benanti from Anthrax. And they had I forget who else was singing.
Is it Jericho?
Yeah, no, not Chris Jericho. He's not doing that.
Because he's doing something like that too.
No, I forgot who the hell it was, man. But those guys are the ones freaking me out how good they do, man. Whoa. Look up that stuff.
Cool. Yeah.
They did this Rush thing where they did like the Red Barchetta, Limelight. I think they did Tom Sawyer. Like
Eddie Trunk was talking about this too, man. And I can't think I know what you're saying. I don't know. Yeah, that's so cool. I haven't seen it.
That one is insane, man. Wow. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Phil Demmel, he's doing some of those.
I had him on my show. Phil Demmel,
oh, man. That dude's one of my heroes, man. Like Phil Demmel, I even play his guitar. I love him so much.
Really?
I'm a big violin.
Can you hear me? Hey, Johnny, can you still hear me?
Hey, Scott, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I don't know if he's got a connection issue or what the deal is.
It may be.
It's not.
I lost one.
Oh, okay. I hear you now.
Okay, we're back.
Mikey.
Oh, sorry about that, man. You froze for a minute, or maybe
That's okay.
I froze.
You froze as both of us did.
We both froze.
I was talking about Phil Demmel.
Yeah.
I really, I'm a big fan of his. I even play his guitar. Love the dude.
Do you guys live, like, do you guys hang out? Because he lives, does he live close to you?
No, he lives up in the Bay Area, and
Okay.
I live all the way down in Orange County, California, Southern Cal. But he's a friend of mine. I mean, we haven't talked in a long time. He's even come out to Belgium and jumped on stage with us with Channel Zero. He's a good buddy.
Oh, wow. That's so cool, man.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I did 3 nights with us out in Brussels. It was cool. And I saw the guitar he was playing. I'm like, oh, I got to have that. The Demolition.
Yes.
So that's what I primarily play now on stage is actually his guitar.
Oh man, dude, I love Phil. Yeah, great guy.
Yeah,
dude.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Hell
I was gonna talk to you about your solo. You have a solo album coming out or something? Don't you have a solo?
Yeah, I did. I did a Mikey Doling thing. With I guess with buddies up in Santa Barbara, a band called MT40. MD40. It's like MT 40 ounce. You get it?
Oh,
MT40.
MT40.
Yeah, they're like a punk band, and I got together with them and collaborated, and I put out a few videos. You can look it up.
I saw that on Timmy's video. Yeah, on Timmy's.
Yeah, I sing and I play all the guitars and stuff.
Do you like singing? That sounds cool, man. I mean, it sounds.
I love it.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you.
The tracks sound heavy. It's good.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
lyrics.
Yeah, I love singing.
Are you gonna do more of them?
Eventually I will do more of those for sure. I had a lot of fun. I love singing. I really love the guys that I collaborated with doing it. So when I get some time, we'll do some more of those for sure. There's actually 2 more songs that we never released yet that I want to mix and go ahead and put together a little something. Mm-hmm.
That's cool that you mix, man. You're like one of those guys that can do you seem like super talented, dude. I mean, you're not just a guitar player. You do a lot of other stuff.
Thank you, man.
Day one, right? Yeah, even when starting Snot, I mean, you seem to like be the man, the man in charge kind of thing.
I appreciate it, man. I think I've just wrapped myself around a lot of talented people, personally. But I definitely like to make shit happen, that's for sure.
Dude, and I love, I sent all your guys I got one of my own too, man. I had to show it off.
There it is. Yeah.
I got myself one, man.
Dude, that is amazing. I got mine on my
dude.
wall over here. Should I show you? I'll bring my phone over there.
Sure, man.
My phone. Hold on.
I'll show it to
you. You sent me one. I appreciate it. You sent the entire band one now.
Sonny's got one.
Over here, but there you go.
Look at that, man. Thanks for putting it on the wall, dude. That's so cool.
Oh, it's up in my house, man. Yeah, for sure.
Dude, I love that Snot one next to it. That's even cool too, man.
Yeah, that's when I went to Japan. Snot in Japan. This is pretty cool. What's a letter from Ozzy. This is a letter from Sharon and Ozzy when we toured with them on the Ozfest. They wrote this little note for us. So it's to Lynn and Mikey, Mike, Jamie, and John, because Sonny wasn't on the damn tour. Should have been, but Mike Smith was on there. Thank you for being a part of our family. Love you, Sharon and Ozzy. Pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How do you get do you guys fight over this letter? Like, I want it. No, I want it.
Dude, I ended up having it. I mean, I don't know how I ended up with it, but I got it. So.
I would if you took it out and I would Xerox it or something. We gotta
you know what? I should probably do that and send it to all the guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be on a T-shirt or something.
No doubt. It's pretty cool. I ended up over at Ozzy's house once.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I got invited over. We actually were pretty good friends with him, and then when Lynn passed away, they kind of took us in as I don't know, just softening the blow a little bit, Right. Even Sharon came
super nice.
Came up to the funeral. Yeah, they were so good.
Is she?
Mm-hmm. They were there sitting with us. I literally holding Lynn's mother's hand.
Are you
to the whole
serious?
thing. Yeah.
And Ozzy was during the making of Straight Up. I mean, you see him crying on the making of the album. I mean,
dude, he loves Lynn, man. He loved him. They were buddies. Actually, Ozzy told me, he goes, I feel like I lost Randy Rhoads again. So he told me. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's exaggerating a little bit, but that's what he said, his own words to me personally. Yeah. He cried tears, man. I ended up over at their house having dinner with them, and I hung out with them a couple times, and one night really hit me hard. I was like sitting in Ozzy's TV room with Ozzy, watching CNN with him, and he's like, "Hey man, Mikey, can you fucking tell me what the fuck is wrong with you Americans?" And I'm just like, I don't know, man. We're crazy. But it was cool.
Yeah, man. Do you ever just say like, damn, I'm hanging out with Ozzy, man?
Dude, I was pinching myself the entire time, but trying to act like I belong there. But of course, I was freaking out. Yeah.
Do you ever talk to him anymore?
No, dude, it's been years and years and years.
Yeah.
There was a funny moment. I was living up in Hollywood. I live in OC now, Orange County, which is about an hour from Hollywood. But I don't know, about 10 years ago, which 10 years ago was like this in music, God, about 8 years ago, I guess. I was riding my mountain bike down Doheny from Sunset down to Santa Monica Boulevard.
Yep.
And there's a coffee shop with outdoor seating on the sidewalk there. People sit out there and drink coffee. And I was riding my bike down the hill. I look over and I see Sharon Osbourne. I hadn't seen her in like 8 years at that point. And I locked eyes with her, but I was like, she's not gonna fucking remember. For some reason I just didn't feel like she'd remember me, you know?
All right.
So I just like, yeah, there's Sharon. And I looked away and I kept riding. Dude, I hear loud whistle. I turn around, there's Sharon in the middle of the street going, "You just get a ride by like that."
Oh.
And I was like, I stopped, turned around, came back, gave her a big hug. She was, she's way cool, man. Yeah, so yeah, that's the last time I saw her.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but she definitely, there's cool people, man.
You ever talk to Jack or
no,
Kelly?
I talk. No, I don't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Those guys are so busy with their lives. Those kids that grown up and had kids of their own.
Yeah.
Ozzy and Sharon is always doing something, and I never was really good friends with them. I just was thrown into their circle when Lynn passed away. You know what I mean? And then it just kind of calmed down, and I moved on. They moved on, and but it was really nice to have a little friendship with them. Why I did.
When you did, like, this is kind of a random question, but when I was talking to Sonny about Snot playing again, he was saying he didn't. I don't know. He didn't want to tarnish the Snot name and everything. Do you enjoy playing with Snot again with like Carl and Tommy? I mean, would you want to do it again?
You know what? I don't know. That's where we disagree, because I don't know. What are you talking about? Tarnish the name by playing the songs? Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And I respect his opinion, but I'm not with that.
Okay.
I mean, I want to play. I like to play those songs, and I think somebody wants to hear those songs played by the guys who played them.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish Sonny would do it with me. And John Toomer's always down. Jamie's always down.
What about Tommy? Tommy's busy, right? I mean,
Tommy actually talked about it. And I think Sonny would do it too if Tommy did. But nobody's in a real hurry to do that. But I would do it in a heartbeat. I think I'm the main one who would like to do it, because I enjoy playing with those guys.
I would love to see it. Yeah. I
would do it. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, it'd be fun. Let's go.
You guys did a song. Didn't you guys record a song too, right? With Tommy?
We did. It was actually a song that Sonny wrote, Coulda, Shoulda, Woulda.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yep. There was another song we recorded, which I kind of spearheaded that one. It's called The Band Plays On.
Mm-hmm.
Sonny and I and Tommy, we all did it together. But Coulda, Shoulda, Woulda was more his tune, and the other one was more of a collaborative.
Excellent. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool, man. Dude, I thank you for doing this interview, brother.
Man.
I want to see you here in person, man. But
I'd love to come in as soon as this COVID thing goes away.
Anytime. Yeah. Once this thing's done, we'll have I usually do this pick 3 thing where I have guys on the show where we each pick 3 of our favorite albums and we discuss it. And I would love to have you on there sometime. That would be really cool.
That'd be incredible. I'd love to.
Yeah, we could even do something like this. I was just interviewing Rob from Nonpoint, and he's on board. And Morgan Rose, I've had him a couple of times. He's on board. So maybe we should just do it all, pick 3 like this.
Totally down, man. That sounds great.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so you'd be doing it. I can get Phil Demo on here, man. That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome, man. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Sure.
We should do like a pick 3 guilty pleasure or something out of the ordinary or something.
I got a lot of them.
Oh, yeah?
I'm down. Yeah, sure.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I appreciate it, man. And thank you. Just thank you for being on the show, brother. I grew up, and I was 18 when it's not out, you know.
Wow, man. You know, I want to say something to you, though. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the love. You sent us all discs out of the kindness of your heart. I want to thank you for that. You know, man.
It's an honor for me, you know.
Thank you, man.
Just to do that for you guys. That means
man.
the world. I mean, if you asked me when I was 18, like, I'll be talking to you. You know, it's like,
it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool, brother. All right, man. I appreciate it, brother. Keep in touch, man.
Okay, dude. You know what? You should reach out to Jamie Miller. That guy's in Bad Religion now.
I know. Dude, he's sick. I saw that. I love Bad Religion, man.
Dude.
Yeah, dude. You should help me get him on, man.
I'll do it in 5 seconds, man. Let's go.
Thanks, dude. Yeah,
Call
I love
right
that
now.
interview. Sweet,
okay,
man.
cool.
I love that. I appreciate it, Mikey. Thank you, brother.
Okay, brother. Thank you very much. Oh, you know what? I got to plug something. Is that okay? You know, dude, I have a new
Oh,
band.
yeah, plug something. What's going on?
I got a new band called Wyote.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, and check it out. We've released 3 songs.
I'm going to put it in the notes to when I release this so people can find it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's called Wyote. It's Wyote, Wyote. And it's Belgian dudes. And I write all the songs. It's my music. And I'm really proud of this stuff. Please go check out Wyote. We're planning to go out and get some touring in us.
Is it on
Spotify?
Anything?
Sure is. Go to Spotify. Oh, yeah, we got some videos on YouTube. Everywhere. It's fully released. And we got 3 videos.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, check it out.
I did. Yeah, definitely. And I'll leave that in the show notes and all that stuff.
I'm actually going to the studio with Chris Collier, the guy who's working with Korn now.
Oh, cool.
This weekend to record new Wyote, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I'll be releasing those songs soon, too. Definitely check it out. That's like my shit right now, yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it, man. I'm going to go check it out tonight, dude. That's awesome.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, man. Appreciate it, Mikey.
Thank you, brother. Have a good one. Man. Thank you for having me.
You too, man.
Ciao.
Hey, Mike, you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
You want me to cut out the Sunny thing? Because I didn't mean to throw that out there by him tarnishing and all that stuff.
You know what? I don't mind. All right,
cool.
You know what? Hey, you know what? Let's keep it real. It's all good.
All right, man. Yeah, because when I said it, I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But, I mean, he told me that in the interview or something like I don't know, something kind of.
I hope he hears it.
Good, okay, good, yeah.
You know, maybe he'll go, you know what? He's right. We should play some shows, or maybe he'll go, hey, what an asshole. I don't know.
Maybe both, you know. Maybe we should
Yeah. I don't think I'm wrong, man, you know.
No, I would love it if you guys played, man. Good God, man. I would go in a heartbeat.
Dude, I could play tomorrow. I could get on with that band in front of 10,000 people and rock the fuck out of those songs.
Dude, that's amazing, brother. That's cool. You're talking about System of a Down because I'm gonna interview Shavo next week.
Dude, make sure you give him my love, man, because System of a Down. Oh man, I'll tell you what. The 2 bands that were closest was System of a Down, and Seven Dust. Those were
that's like my favorite band.
Those are our brothers, man. Like brothers. Those are our peoples. Those 2 bands. You know,
that's amazing. Yeah, I've always heard Sonny talking about touring, and like that was like the partying days, right? Because Sonny was telling me like the craziness.
I mean, I can't even go into it. It was nuts.
Yeah,
we were all crazy. Yeah,
was that like every night kind of thing?
Oh yeah.
Because when you get older, it's like 3-day hangover takes a full effect now.
Bro, we would stay up all night and 10 in the morning, go to sleep for a few hours, and get up and play a show and sound checks and eat and hang out like it was no thing, man. And then do it again. Yeah. Nowadays, no way, dude.
Could you imagine? Yeah, that's a slow recovery, man.
I'm an old man, man. I'm in bed at 10:30.
Oh, that cracks me up, man.
Yeah. Okay, bro.
Yeah. All right, take care, brother.
Okay,
I appreciate it, Mikey.
Okay, bro. Bye.
Thank you, brother.
Talk soon.
Thank you, man. Thank you.